We got a nice beautiful day out today. Not quite warm enough to pour concrete for the concrete pads in that greenhouse. It's still in the low 40s. I want it to get up into the high 40s at least during the day. That way it doesn't drop down too cold at night. I want the concrete to be nice and solid. But today's a good day for picking a tree for that tree fort I keep talking about. I gotta limb up a tree. I gotta pick a tree and limb it up. And then get some special, I think they're 1.25 inch lag bolts to drill into the tree. There's gonna be 4 of them. And the tree fort is gonna hang from those 4 lag bolts. I originally thought of this tree right here. Nice big pine tree. It's gotta be, more than 2 foot around down at the bottom, more than 2 foot diameter down at the bottom. And it's, I don't know, 70 feet tall. But it's got a lot of mistletoe in it. And the spot down here on the bottom, if you come over here to this side, you can see where it's kind of indented and it's kind of bulbous right there. And I'm worried that there might be a little bit too much mistletoe in there, and it might be killing the tree. And I don't want to spend, I don't know, 2 months building a nice tree fort, get it all put together and up there, and then have the tree die a couple years later. I'd rather have it live for at least 5-10 years. That's the reason for putting the lag bolts in it also, is it saves the tree, because you're only putting 4 lag bolts in the tree to hold everything up. So I went looking around this morning for a better tree for this tree fort. And there's a few of them down here in this little clearing. Gives you a nice view if you're up in a tree fort. I wanted to stick to this kind of area. And I found these 3 trees right over here. 3 right together. They don't have hardly any mistletoe in them. Nice and tall. Almost the same height. They're probably 10, maybe 15 foot shorter than the tree I was going to use. But they look a lot healthier. So I'm thinking I'm going to pick the middle tree to put the tree fort in. But I'll limb up the 2 trees to the side so you can see out of the tree fort out and around. I'm going to use my little Greenworks pole saw for this one. I don't want to take a full-blown chainsaw up there and hang off a ladder. And this little thing's nice and lightweight. I did a review on this when I first got it. I'll try and leave a link to that in the description, or one of these corner links if I can figure out how to do it. If it's not up, little link on the video here, it'll be in the description. So that's what it is. Greenworks G-Max pole saw. We'll go about, I don't know, 20 feet up and run the lag bolts in when we get them. I'm guessing 20 feet up is probably about where I stopped limbing, which will be good enough. I don't want to put it too high in case somebody falls out. The treehouse is going to hang from that 20-foot mark. The floor of the treehouse is probably going to be about 8 foot down below those bolts. So the bottom of the treehouse will be about 12 foot off the ground, somewhere about there, I'm guessing. I'll leave a link in the description to the website that I'm buying the treehouse, these lag bolts from. It's a guy that kind of specializes in tree forts. He designed his own lag bolt, but you can also buy just the traditional lag bolts and put them in. He sells them, I believe, 2 different sizes, the 1-inch diameter and the 1.25-inch diameter. And you can buy his specific lag bolts, which take a specific drill bit and everything to put them in. I'm just going to buy the standard 1.25-inch lag bolts, make a sleeve to hang some chain from, which is going to then hang a metal bracket that's going to hold the wooden structure to the tree fort. We'll get into that more as we do it. It's kind of hard to explain, but the lag bolts will go right up there, and the tree fort, the bottom of the tree fort will be about, I'd guess, 12 feet off the ground. So those of you that don't know what mistletoe looks like in a pine tree, it does this to the branches. If you look at this branch that I cut out, it starts out kind of normal, and it tapers down as it comes out, and then it gets out to where mistletoe's infected it, and the bark starts peeling up funky ways. It starts getting kind of bulbous and really thick. The mistletoe basically sucks the life out of the tree. It kind of uses a lot of the sap from the tree to grow. And this is what mistletoe looks like. It sprouts out of the tree like this. It forms little spore sacs and spreads to trees down below it in the wind. Well, that's my project for the day. Get this tree fort kind of going. Hopefully it warms up a little bit and I can get those pads poured for that greenhouse and get that thing started too. I'm gonna get this project cleaned up, get all these limbs put over, and then that burn pile there. Don't forget, guys, go make something.